Okay, I'm talking about the cave. PG Radio, okay, we got the wave. 4 to 6, tune in on Saturdays. Link in the bio on our page. What you talking about, love? Now that we got the world listening, we right
Listen,
back out on the
man, that
mission.
interview today.
The
I told
cave
you
fresh
damn
about
cave
the
was
kids.
about
The
our
only
women, our
internet
beautiful
show
women
that
out
still
here working
sizzling
hard,
hot.
doing what they
Can't
gotta
stop,
do out
won't
here.
stop. After the
So for our second
interviews, baby,
interview,
hit us
I want
with
y'all to pick the energy up in the room and give me a huge cave round of applause. Coach Vicky Grace and the motherfucking building. Yeah, I like that. I like that. The greatest children's sports movie of all time. Little Giants. You about to come in that Sandlot shit? That's what One, two, three, nigga. One.
I still got my Mighty Ducks jersey, bro. It's still a young girl in there. We good.
She is my coach.
That's right.
Bad fact.
That's
Right.
what I had to add.
Shout out to the shirt.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So,
Defensive line coach, high school. Mastery.
Yeah. Mastery North.
Mastery
Not
North.
Mastery
Yeah,
Grads.
Mastery
Not
North.
Mastery Grads. Mastery North.
make it clear.
Put
Right now.
that shit in the battlefield.
Right.
Put that line in the battlefield immediately.
Right.
What's the being a woman? What's the reception being a defensive line coach as a woman?
There's very different perceptions, right? Or the message that I get back. So the people I actually coach have no problem. Like the kids I actually work with, or the NFL players or the college kids that I actually work with.
You're not just gonna say NFL players like that, like it's not.
What?
On the low, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if I coach you, it is what it is. Like,
Yeah.
if you one of my kids, you one of my kids. It don't
Damn,
work that.
okay.
You know what I mean?
She's my coach.
Like I call my defense dragons because they protect the castle, like you protect the house.
Okay.
And so I'm the mother of dragons. So if you one of my dragons, I don't care who you lining up against. If you line up against your grandma, like you better go with that boss man.
Right.
Shout out to Game of Thrones. She
Right,
just shouted
right.
out.
Coach Khaleesi out here,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right. So it really doesn't matter.
I represent it.
People who I don't coach have a lot more to say than people I do. And I don't care.
Is it more so offensive line coaches?
No, any line coach gets it. Like any coach, if they don't get it, they have a conversation with me and they get it quickly. So most people who don't have hands-on experience or current hands-on experience, like with actual athletes, with actual football players, they're in one category, and everyone else is in another one.
Right.
Now
So you got a lot of trolls coming at you, pretty much.
I got trolls.
You said that so eloquently.
Right. No, because that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because I was curious, like, more on what you were saying about the opposition, like how you
The
deal with
ops.
that.
Fuck
The
ops.
Don't say
ops.
oppositions no
That's
more.
what we say
The
on the
ops.
cave.
So how you
Oh,
deal with the
the
ops? So how you deal with the ops?
You
But
proper
more
op.
so like it's interesting because
I
like
see
you
out
said,
coming down
You
the
can't
block.
hang around my block. Right?
There you go. Yeah.
It's real simple.
One up top. I say yeah.
Because I thought I was like,
Gang, gang.
no, that might be kind of a corny question because for that reason, I can't with you. So for real, you're really dealing with everyone on the outside. Like that's not dealing with because like you said, you just dismiss them. But for those who come at you, it's really people on the outside looking in who have a problem with what you
Yes, very much so. Or people who assume they know what my opinions are.
do.
Like a guy was coming right at me. I mean, they always right at me, especially on Instagram. Not on Twitter, but on Instagram, they were right at me. So on Instagram, people come at me like, "Oh, girls shouldn't play football with the boys." Da 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 da. And I'm like, why do you assume I'm an advocate for that?
Yeah.
Like I played on my boys' team in high school because I had
You are the original Icebox.
right.
No, let's talk about
Yeah, no. So
How old are you?
I'm 25.
Definitely not the original.
Right.
Yeah, but
She didn't even see Little Giants professionally.
Do you know how to run the annexation of Puerto Rico?
Don't do this.
Do you?
Don't do this.
I don't think that you do.
You said the annexation of Puerto Rico.
Let me start
You know
walking.
who ran in the league too, don't you?
No.
Cam Newton,
But-
Carolina Panthers.
But as you were saying, sorry.
I'm sorry, y'all.
But no, people write at me assuming that I have all these, advocacies for, women playing in the NFL or women playing, and I don't. I never did. Like right out of high school, I knew that high school was going to be the last time I played football with a bunch of boys. Because after that, your muscle mass is different from my muscle mass. I'm not running right at you. I mean, in high school, even then, I was stretching it because I was a senior on a defensive line. Like I wasn't the kicker. I didn't. I was Germantown. That was with the Thugs. Like I played in a public league.
Right on High Street. Shout out to y'all.
Right. So when I was playing King in George Washington. People we was rumbling.
I went to Washington. We bust y'all ass every time.
Guys, so
Like,
I went to George. We bust y'all ass every time.
Okay, but I sat your quarterback in front of Street Floyd's face.
Ooh. Wow! I like that. I told you to do the out. You pop out.
Right. Now,
Yes,
me and Aaron Wilmer, sorry, Wilmer, but I mean, it is what it is. So
Okay.
it's like I always did my job. So when people have these assumptions about what my perception is, they write at me, and so they get it like, nah, like I'm very rational about all of these things.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I also am the defensive line coach for the women's professional league here in Philadelphia, the women's tackle team, the Philly Phantoms.
Not the
Shout out-
lingerie league.
No, thank you. We actually got rid of that in
Make
Philly.
sure.
No,
Okay.
Dang, look,
I never seen it. I never seen it.
Did y'all pop out to get rid of them too?
Yeah, cause they wasn't really violent.
That wasn't
So
football.
Hey, I was just about to be a season ticket holder too.
it was arena. Everything was very much like you had to be branded.
It was a lot mixed in.
Like nah,
Wow.
everybody I know plays like we suited and booted, and I coach people who are suited and booted.
I'm
so
ready
like
to play.
right. So
Right.
I don't know how to coach arena football that you're not all the way protected, you're not all the way padded. I'm gonna teach you how to be a dog. And if you're not gonna be a dog, you're not gonna say that I coached you.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm ready to go play right now.
Listen,
Look, motherfucking that was a hell of a speech.
I mean, I'm about to start barking in the
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Shit, go do the
So
league.
as a woman coach, how does it affect your personal life at all? Like I don't know if any of us ever had sex with our significant other. They know more about the game than we do. Like is that an issue for Coach Mickey Grace?
The only issue is that people expect you see this version of myself right now.
Yeah.
This coach, like I'm gonna pull the dog out, you like you ready to go. I'm
Ready
not
to go.
this version of me all the time.
All right.
Like granted, it doesn't make a difference. Granted, I'm an aggressive person all the time. Like I'm ready to go. Like I argue with you about anything. But I'm also very much still a woman, and we still very much have
No doubt.
different like morals and different
Okay.
things that we focus on. So like people who meet this version of me expect me to be this version of me at all times, and I'm not. Like the dynamic of the situation I'm working with changed. Like I'm not suited and booted while I'm doing laundry, bro. Like I gotta make sure ain't no breads in your whites. Like you know what I mean? Like
so funny.
people think that like because dynamic people don't understand that other people are dynamic. Like you yourself are dynamic. Like you yourself
Yes, I am.
are different versions. Like you yourself can do two
You
opposite things.
can't tell him he done
You saw me,
Take that shit somewhere else.
I always been dynamic.
She pulled it out.
Yeah,
Even then,
Mickey, I'm
though.
ready to kill a nigga today. You nigga, you so off.
Right, but it's hard for you to accept that other people are dynamic. Like it's hard
I
for you
love
to
my
see
dynamic
me in
people.
cleats and then see me in heels 5 minutes later. Like that's hard for people.
That's hard for men to
Yeah, I'm
understand.
about to say,
It's hard for men to understand, and it's unfair though. Like that's unfair that you
Well, I
can't.
think women have a hard time doing
Really?
it too. I think it's hard for us to see like people because when we see a woman argue and fight and throw a drink in somebody's
Right.
face, and I see you doing something nice the next day, I don't believe you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You ain't about
like
that
as a
life.
person, I don't believe
Right.
you.
Ain't
You know
about
what I
that,
mean? So
yeah.
it's
You
hard
need
for
more
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like
you need more people.
that's like when them niggas was pussy in middle school. They got to high school and try to switch up. You that same nigga in 8th grade.
Right, or you went to a different
You that same nigga. I
or
know
you come
you
out
did.
swagging.
Yeah, like, it don't work that
college
way.
like that. Like they was the
I fuck with niggas that been cool since kindergarten.
You wasn't. You
Straight
ain't
up.
Just
You
take
wasn't
it.
that
Right. You didn't
person.
go up
Right,
yet. Just take it
right.
pretty glow and move on.
Right.
That's
Right.
dope. So who's one of your coaching? I don't want to say
Dan
idols.
Patrick Quinn.
Okay.
Dan
Yes.
Patrick Quinn.
Oh, put us on because I'm not.
Seattle
He-
Seahawks.
No,
You
he
could
did.
have said a coach that like messed your whole situation up.
Yeah. I
He
want-
did, and he did.
Oh, I like that.
Dan Quinn messed me up because he realized that I wasn't coaching nobody. Like he taught me that I was half-ass coaching. He taught me that I wasn't grinding into these boys' life. He taught me that I wasn't taking what the situation they had and turning them into dogs all over the place.
So what was your approach at first, like when you first?
Can you tell
started?
people who Dan Quinn is?
Okay,
Those who
sorry.
might not know.
Dan Quinn is currently the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is his second year. His first year, he took them to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And they wasn't ready to go. He
Okay.
took them to the Super Bowl in his very first year coaching. Before that, he was the DC of the Seahawks. He took them to the Super Bowl. And before that, he was the Niners for like a half a season. And before that, he was the DC at University of Florida with Urban Meyer during their entire
Till
reign.
Tebow run.
Right, their entire
Yeah.
reign. They went to the Gator Bowl, Rose
So
Bowl.
this is
all that.
heavyweight, y'all. This is
Right.
y'all.
Like, Dan
That's why I
Quinn
wanted
is
you to
that
explain what it
bold.
was. That's
Right.
heavy.
Dan Quinn is that bold. He's a defensive-minded coach, and now
Yes.
he's a head coach.
Yes.
And he is a dog. He makes sure that like he's pulling them
Pitbull,
in
rock,
every
rock.
way. I mean, he makes sure you a dog. He's not a dog. Like, I'm a dog because I played.
What are you? Pitbull, rock, rock. Definitely Pitbull.
Maybe. You're gonna have to make that decision for me. You're gonna have to let me know.
Pitbull.
All I know is don't line up against me. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
don't get no
Pitbull.
yummy
How has your,
now.
So
how
Ryan-
has
Go
your,
ahead, I'm sorry.
it's okay. How has your coaching style evolved?
She said it like it wasn't.
You gotta respect the queen.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's all
She gave me
right.
the pencil talk. I accepted it. She's like, okay, cousin.
How has your coaching style evolved since you started coaching?
I mean, I'm not afraid now. Like I was before. Like, okay, listen. I also was very like I gotta prove that I know. So I was like, okay, we're gonna get on this line. We're gonna do these things. Now I'm like, no, you gonna listen to me. You gonna shut up. Like that's it. Like I know what I'm talking about. So you gonna run this how I want you to run this, and then we're gonna evolve. Like we're gonna take this as it goes. We're gonna take this in steps. But also I make sure that they know they're not saying crazy things. Like I put their entire life in front of them. I say, this is why you can't do this thing, but this is also why you can't say this thing. Like, they run around calling people pussies. I'm like, excuse me, I have one of those, and you wish you could take a pounding like one. If you could take a pounding like one, you wouldn't lose as much.
Okay, I had to clarify. I want to bark him up against this mother. Beat my chest and everything.
Right.
What the fuck's going on?
We did get prep. That prep shit's out the window right now.
God, sorry.
They gotta rewind.
Well, okay,
We get
no,
prepped
because
sometimes. You gotta relax.
I gotta relax.
Okay, what are you pounding?
Good.
Let's talk about this.
I have had a child, and until you are, pushing anything out, of a vagina.
Oh, you talking about having a child? Okay,
I like when she did that.
Clear
I like when she went with that, though. Coach Vicky Grace in the motherfucking building. I like that. We gotta give her a round of applause. We gotta give her a sweat to see that little. She wasn't scared, nigga. God damn, okay, right. I'm like, nigga, this is what I'm talking about.
I'm the curve
Hang,
king
hang,
of this
yes.
motherfucker, and I just got curved.
Yes.
Curve like a
Hey, wait, shake, shake.
When you live on
She knows how to deal with y'all.
When you
No.
live on intersections,
When you
gotta
coach
know how
man,
to
you know what it
Like,
is.
she knows what this
I
is.
love it.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So who in your
Shout out to you,
opinion,
pal puppy.
who in your opinion is the best defensive player in football right now?
Oh.
Like that
She don't
question.
know. It's gonna be somebody defensive line, dog.
No, actually, I'm a little homegrown at this. I'm a little biased because I help trainer. So Malcolm Jenkins. I think Malcolm Jenkins is one of your best defensive players.
I can't let you
Did
slide
you-
on that. That's
did
too
you
Can I
hard.
tell you why?
That's too
When
hard.
he got here or
When he got here.
Jet said bull.
But can I tell you why
I ain't
though?
gonna listen.
Can I tell you why
Best team
though?
football right now. There's no doubt.
Certain defenses can't work without a Malcolm Jenkins. Malcolm Jenkins is a pop. He the boy that been here. He the boy that know what he's doing. He went to Ohio State. You know what I mean? Like he's had every kind of coach. He's been on every kind. He's been on a losing team. He's been on a winning team. He knows this very specific camaraderie that you have to have in order to be successful. And if he can pull the dog out of him, like pull the dog out of you and not lose his own dog, make sure everybody getting work. He doesn't have to. You don't have to hear his name every play. You know what I mean? The team ain't make, and that's what it is. Defensive people have to be very, very humble. Like that's why we dog. Like, I'm gonna kill you because you're not even gonna know my name.
I'm a little scared.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I agree with you from a coaching perspective, but I can no way even have him probably in the top 10 of defensive players in the league because when I'm talking about the top, I'm talking about people when they step on the field, they can change. They can be the difference between you actually going to the playoffs and not.
See, I think defense you need to
If we're
specify.
talking, hold on real quick. If
secondary.
we're talking a veteran player helping young players get better, Malcolm Jenkins at the top of that list. I'll give you that.
I
But
mean,
when we talk about the people who come in the game and change
but everybody has one of those guys. You know what I mean? Like everybody has one of those. Like the Vikings a few years ago, it was Tom Johnson, it's Everson Griffin. You know what I mean? And other places, here Lane Johnson is the difference between Halapusi Vaitai. Like these guys are not the same. They change the dynamics of how everyone plays. So it's not about who's the better player. It's about who can make their line work the better than the opposition's offensive line.
So what you're saying is they pretty much an extension of the coach.
Yeah,
But
I
they
think
kind of
no,
preach your message
can I tell you,
a different way.
They're an extension of their coaching, not of their coach.
Okay.
And they're not the same thing. Like I want to
I
be very
agree
clear
with
that
you.
their coaching
Can you break that
and
down
their
for us,
coach is not the same
Let me
thing.
know.
Yeah, break it down.
Please. Your coaching never stops. Like ever. From the time you decide to play an athletic sport, any sport,
You get coached.
you get coached. You get coached by your teacher. You get coached by the people that say like that try and stop you, that try and fail you so you can't play. You get coached by your parents. You get coached by people who say like, yo, I don't got the money to get cleats. You get coached by the people who actually physically are telling you, hey, you know, you jump off the line when the ball snap. Hey, you go this. You run in the A gap. You run in the B gap. Yo, jump this. You want to lose 7. Like you get coached from the time you are playing to the time you retire. And every point of this. And how your entire brain gets shifted, it starts to add filters into your brain of how you respond to everything. So you keep
I'm getting
adding
coached right
filters.
now.
You're getting coached. You're getting coached. And it changes how you perceive life. It adds all these filters. And it changes how you respond. So you're not a reflection of your coach. Like granted, my high school boys are very much reflections of me. But my college boys, my NFL guys, they are very much reflections of their entire coaching. And sometimes one coach can tell you something, but you're not gonna get it to somebody else, to another coach.
Okay.
Run it to you, run it down your throat, and then you're like,
What's your
that's what you mean. That's what you meant
What's your
by
favorite
this.
defensive package?
I really like 4.25s. But I typically run 4.3s. I'm a 4.3 person. Like
It seems like that's what we're going to.
when Jimmy Schwartz came back and he brought that 4.3 here, boy. Oh, I was lit. I was lit. Did that 3 right.
Five madness.
I do run that 4.25 today. Right.
I had five defensive
I had 5 defensive backs when I
All
was
day long.
Bring 2 of them niggas down the blitz for the run.
All day long.
Yeah, ain't no doubt. You might want to over y'all hand and try to, but you know that's
Oh.
Speaking
Nah,
of-
You look like you
Speaking
a
of
Super
Russians,
Bowl.
He a 3-4
Yeah,
ass,
yeah,
3-4
all
He a
day.
3-4 ass dude, man.
Right, you look like a
So-
Super Bowl.
So as
I lined up to
a
get it in.
coach, so as a coach,
Technically, emblem outside, back on the low.
one of the biggest stories this year has been the standing or not standing for the national anthem.
Yeah, man.
What's your opinion on that?
Woo. So, living on these intersections of being black, and something else. Like for me, it's being black and being a woman. For them, it's being black and being athletes, and also being black and being rich. Like living on these multiple street intersections makes you very responsible for people who live on your block.
Right.
Talk.
Okay.
And people who live on one of your blocks do not also live on the other side of your block.
All right.
So trying to explain to people what these intersections where they meet look like is very hard for people to do that. It's very hard for me to explain what being a woman and protecting myself through this very much boys club is really hard for me to explain what I'm afraid of. Like I can't explain to you why I know where the exits are at all times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can't explain to you that. So it's very hard to explain to people who have whose privilege is that they don't have to know what it's like for us.
Right.
To explain like, hey, it's not fun over here. Because if it's not fun, you just don't do it.
Yeah.
If you don't like something, you just don't look at it. You know what I mean? If you don't like a certain episode of your show, you just don't watch it. You know what I mean? And so it's very hard to make people like realize like, hey, there's lots of things that are happening and very much directly affecting this block over here.
Wow.
And I need you to care about it because if you don't care about it, this will never change. And also, because I'm talking about this block, I gotta make sure that block don't stop paying me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I gotta make sure I'm still the block
Right.
captain
Yeah,
of
no
both
doubt.
blocks. Because they'll get mad and vote me out because I'm too loud about something that doesn't bother them.
Okay.
So trying to make sure you have this balance of
That might be the best explanation we've had. Period. You know what I'm saying?
it's really hard to do. Because for me, I have to make sure that I'm not too black. I have to make sure I'm not too woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I gotta make sure I'm
You know,
not.
That
you know what? And then
Now
we
you
will
get
have
it.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not doing that.
You know what? This one is
No, because I am. Like I'm black and I'm black and I'm black, y'all.
Can,
You know
can
what
I
I mean?
steal that
Like,
intersection whole theory?
absolutely. No, take it.
Take
Everyone
that,
should
bro.
have it.
God.
Everyone
Just
should.
one day moment.
Everyone lives on intersections. You know what I mean?
Everybody
But-
gotta meet in the
but everyone
lunchroom.
But so it's really hard for me because I have to make sure until I get my money right, I gotta make sure that like I'm not overly offending people. I'm making sure you care about me first.
Yeah.
People who
Yeah.
don't care about this stuff, you make sure you care about me. Because if you care about me,
Then they
if
can
I'm
understand.
making you bread,
Right.
then you gotta hear me.
Right.
So,
you gotta.
Or you
You
so
gotta.
should.
as a
Or you
head
should,
coach,
right.
if your team comes to you and says, we're not standing for the national anthem, what's your response?
Let's get down on the ground.
Okay.
As you should.
Wow.
Are you getting down with them?
Hell yeah.
Okay, all right,
You
all
rock with whatever colors you you
I didn't want you to
like-
do Jerry Jones' situation where
No.
it just
Jerry Jones is a clown.
No, leave that
Yeah,
here. Leave that
that's
here. We
fine.
don't got no time for that.
I'm about to say.
You already a Navy
I'm
blue,
gonna
so
shut that
I'm
immediately down. I like that. I like that.
You already a Navy blue, so I
Award is
need.
because y'all wear blue. It's like the bluest thing I
I
have.
got one more.
Okay. Curve. You hit that curve like me, bro. You hit that curve like me, bro.
Thank you.
Right.
Curve.
I'm his coach.
Yeah, I got to ask y'all a question because when you said about the exit, that shit hit something else in my head. Because one of the other big stories running around is all the sexual assaults happening in Hollywood and
Lord, that has been happening. Let's be clear. Sexual harassment has been happening.
Yes.
So-
Go Ray.
As you are in a male-dominated field, like how do you intertwine and move through that when all this is going on? And if you, how do you feel about the people that are coming out? And what your takes on the whole situation in general?
Did you want to?
No, I just want, no, I want you to answer this.
Well, never mind.
What?
I would kind of segue and go ahead.
Okay. So, I love that social media has become the new watchdog. Because it used to be the media. It used to be journalism. Journalism's job was to out the truth, and that was it. Until, people didn't like the truth and didn't want the truth out, and then got the power to adjust it. Got the power to change what and how things came out. But with social media, you can't do nothing. Because people gonna find what they care about. People gonna see, things that affect their community. Like, I'm on Black Twitter. I don't see Japanese Twitter. I don't see Chinese Twitter. I see Black Twitter. I see millennial Twitter.
Right.
So the fact when these things come out, now there's so much of every single group. Like, people are now aware of how big the world actually is, and a lot of people can make a lot of noise. So when these things all come out, now it's a new watch. The people are the watchdog. Now we watching our own world. Now we're policing ourselves because obviously we don't trust the politicians. We don't trust the people who've been doing these things for so long without any police, without any watchdog, without any protection. We're seeing but it's really hard when people think that can't touch them. You know that bird in the Avatar that never looked up because who was going to touch him?
Yeah.
That's how people have been operating
Right.
in every spectrum, in
Right.
every occupation, in every way in the world. If they don't feel like can't nobody touch them, what I'm looking up for?
Right.
I do what I want.
Right.
I dare you to say something. I dare you.
Right.
And that's how people have been operating.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, do something. I dare you. You think it's not going to be worse than you. So now, the only problem that is frustrating is that people aren't believing that this is happening. People aren't believing in women as it's happening to until 64 women come out.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
64 white women
you've
too.
been-
Let's be clear.
right, be
Black
very
women aren't really
clear.
here for real.
Right, be very clear. Like, it has to happen to a particular group of people for other people to be enraged by it.
Yeah.
But that's about everything. It's
Right.
about sexual harassment. It's about the killing of little black boys. It's about the killing of little black girls. It's about the killing of
Right.
all of these statistics that have been so, overlooked.
Right. Because that's the thing.
For
We've been
forever.
talking about this. It's not that we haven't been talking about it. It's just that white people, men, haven't been paying attention. Or
And
it's not their
also-
problem to pay attention
Right.
to until, like you said,
Right.
people make enough noise,
Right.
then they want to hear
And,
it.
and
then they
people
wanna-
are and you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Right.
Because if you hurt me and I don't, if I'm not immediately
Right.
enraged
Right.
by it, if I'm not immediately
Right.
on some soapbox,
That's
then
another
you got
part of it because a lot of some people are like, well, what took you 30 years?
right.
Like, you know what I mean? But
Listen,
I thought about something, and you know what I mean. I thought about something when you were saying like, you always check to see where the exes are. One of the stories that came out that was a little crazy was the Terry Crews story, where a dude walked up to him and grabbed his dick in front of his wife, and he said that basically he had to make that decision of career or just a reaction.
Yeah.
So as a female coach in a male industry, if you were put in that box, how much career are you thinking, or how much it just what happened was just wrong? Like, do you think that would be a fine line for you to walk as well?
so I have come to you see how I respond now, and this is very much a response to me having to protect myself from all that. Because you see how I talk now,
Yeah.
you won't touch me even if you wanted to. I dare you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, me coming from
You
Philly,
talking about
I
that
make sure.
pound situation?
What'd you say?
Okay, never mind.
I'm talking about being a dog. You know what I mean? If I'm running around here talking about a dog, if I'm running around here talking about getting the defensive line, the biggest people, you know what I mean? The quickest people, who are the biggest people, getting them right.
The initial reaction is, this is who you are all the time.
And that's
So-
fine, and that's what I need you to think. In my job, they won't think I'm like this all the time. They're not even gonna be able to see me as anything else.
Yeah.
So me making sure that you feel like you can't because I'm gonna beat you up before I tell somebody, you know what I mean? But also making sure that I'm in these situations where I can work. Like, I've had to say no to some programs that I would love to be at, big names. Like, I've had to say, oh, I can't work here, bro.
Yeah.
Like based
I
on
can't-
what you
Yeah.
know about them or what you've heard about them or personal
Yeah.
experiences.
Yeah, like all that in one. Like I've had to make sure that I'm maneuvering this thing right because you're not gonna mess me up. There is too many people behind me. There is too many little girls that need to be like get all that shame, get all that guilt.
Yeah.
Too many little boys, too many people that look like me behind me. So it's nobody that's gonna mess this up for me, regardless if you touch me or not. You know what I mean? I'm handling the way I handle it. But that's it. That choice. Because if I ever say something, I'll never work again.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And I got so much ahead of me. Like it's so much that I'm about to do with this.
So you're just gonna
That,
dodge that
like,
situation
right.
completely.
Right, I'm right, and I could be where I want to be already, but I can't do it and not harm myself.
Right.
And I can't hurt people. So
Yeah,
all
yeah.
these people I got on this block over here and on that block over there of the intersection that I'm the block captain of, I'm not gonna ruin them
Right.
because somebody was too much. The problem with the sexual harassment is men are taught that their arousal is women's responsibility,
Right.
and I'm gonna tell you why.
That's good. We just had this conversation.
Like, I'm gonna tell you why. Because when men are attracted to other men, like if you was in a gym, right, and you was playing ball. Listen. No, this is exactly why. This is the point that gets everybody. So if you was playing ball, like in a rec, you know what I mean, with some people or whatever, and one is like cool, like you never thought he was, homosexual or not, like you just didn't think of it, but because he saw you like with ball shorts on and slanging, he got aroused. You know what I mean? This is what makes
Niggas do be behind the door dick catching though. That's a fact.
But listen,
That
though,
shit be happening.
Right, but listen. So if he gets aroused, right? No, listen. If he gets aroused, right, he would never come touch you.
right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if he did, right,
Exactly.
why you handle yourself? Like go over there,
Right.
handle your own arousal,
Right.
handle whatever make you, right? But y'all don't get taught to do that to women.
Right.
Because now it's our fault. Well, why would you wear that?
Right.
Why would you act like that?
Exactly.
Why would you come over here?
Right.
Why would you get that drunk? Why would you anything else?
Why are
in
you
the
a
world?
woman?
Right.
Why you have a vagina?
Right.
Talk
Why
your
you
talk,
got that?
Wayne.
Why you got that much cleavage if you know you got
Right.
this? Why you wear that dress if you yada yada yada? You know what I mean? Like damn, you're
Y'all niggas better
right.
step up. Y'all niggas get quiet over there. Don't be taking accusations like that. Don't be step up and spin in the room.
Nah, because
Goddamn.
I'm right. So
Right.
y'all make
What?
sure. No. So y'all are taught that it's my responsibility
Right.
to handle your arousal because
Right.
if you're attracted by me in sweats, me in cleats, me with no makeup, me and my hair
Right.
crazy,
Right.
wow, me with dirt across my face and didn't even know about it. If you're aroused by me, it is my responsibility for making sure that you are not aroused by me and you are not distracted to do your job. I be dangerous.
Right. Exactly.
I be you just across from me and
I'm
it's right
saying,
here.
I'm
And it's
saying,
all right
I'm
here. And so I knew whoever was gonna sit up
Yeah, don't worry.
I'll take it.
I mean, I love that perspective. I can't argue with that at all.
Nah, it's
It is
true.
what it
That
is,
was good,
though.
though.
It is what it is. It's not about being good or bad. That's the truth. That's
I
fact.
mean, I don't say it's true and it's facts
Yeah,
and
we
all
were
that.
talking about this.
That's y'all opinion. I don't.
No, that's not
I
an
don't-
opinion.
It is
That's
an
a
opinion.
fact.
I don't.
That's a
My
fact.
dick get hard. You ain't gotta make it go away.
Okay. First thing.
Oh, for real, dog. My dick get hard. Let me be great.
You're taking
Like,
it
this
too
is my
literal.
thing with the sexual harassment. We gonna keep it real. We gonna talk about all these facts. The bottom line is this. Y'all women gotta figure out whose energy y'all accepting. Cause y'all differentiate
Okay.
between the niggas y'all like
All right.
and the niggas y'all don't.
Listen.
Which I put up
We
last
talked about
week.
this last
If a
week,
nigga
though.
y'all feeling walk up to you in a bar
Okay.
and
But what did I
casually
say, though?
touch your ass, 90% of the time, he cool.
But what did I say,
Now, if
though?
ugly Ron from around the way come through that ain't never put you a drink and touch your ass,
What did
this
I
nigga
say,
sexually
though?
harassing
What
me.
did I say? But
Call
what
my
did I
brother. Kill this nigga.
But what did I? First of all, no. But what did I say though?
No.
Ron.
No, because I'm not gonna make a statement and generalize and say it's facts.
It
It is
That's
facts,
for some
though.
people.
But
That's not for
at
all
the
of
end
us.
of the day, though, that still what I said last week is that still doesn't give you the right, regardless of whether
Oh, I'm not condoning no type of grabbing on it.
That's
But
what
I'm not
saying,
gonna.
though.
We're not gonna act like all niggas is sexually harassing.
But what do you mean?
We're not gonna say facts and we're gonna be like, yes.
So
No, but I think
No.
maybe y'all should check yourselves then. Maybe that's the thing. This
Wait.
is an opportunity to check yourselves because you're saying all men are sexually harassing women and
Wait,
assaulting
wait,
women.
that's
We're
not
not
what I said. Wait,
y'all.
but that's not even
But-
what I said though. That's not even what I said. Like we gonna run this back. Like we gonna run this back. But that's not even what I said.
He ready.
So what I said was, you are taught that your arousal was my responsibility. So
Who are we taught that
So can
by?
I finish?
Society.
Society, like,
Ain't
general.
nobody ever told me that.
So let me finish.
I was raised
So
by a
let me
single
finish.
mom. Nobody ever told
But
me.
you're
So I'm
taking
gonna-
it
Yo,
literal.
if I
I'm
get
not
out and
saying
get
Let me
big
finish,
and hard,
but
it's
let me
gonna
finish,
down
because
for
I'm about to
a
use the example that you set out, right? So you said Ron come around you and you think Ron cute, Ron bought you a drink, and Ron casually touch your ass. The fact that you even got aroused enough to casually touch my ass, that's the problem. Not the fact that, like, you know, oh, I would get mad if somebody else did, or the fact if I say something or not. That's not my point. You know how, like, people say, like, oh, I'm colorblind, I don't see color, da-da-da-da. It's not that you gotta be colorblind. You shouldn't need to be colorblind. It's not that I should feel that everybody sexually harasses me. I shouldn't need to feel like that. That's the problem. Now, how we respond to it as women, we've also been conditioned to accept certain ways of abuse. Like, we are taught to accept the love that we think we deserve. And if I think the only way I take affection is because men will touch me, I've been taught
That's
that
deeper issue though. That's not the man.
Okay, but
That's
that's the
deeper
point.
issue.
But the
Let it be
point is-
diagnosed.
That's
Okay,
deeper
but
issue
we're not
though.
gonna
That's
talk
not the
about-
man,
we're not-
right?
Oh, no. So that was not the man. But if you're taught that your arousal is not
See,
my
listen,
responsibility,
I don't
then
feel
I
like-
never have to worry about that.
No.
I never have
I'm
to
not saying
learn
you
the
should
survival
have to
instinct.
worry about that. That's not what I'm
I
saying.
never
All
have
I'm
to
saying
learn the
is,
survival instinct.
No, all I'm saying is, I'm not saying anything you said was wrong. Should niggas be sexually harassing women? Not never. Y'all should never feel
No, what you said
uncomfortable.
was-
But
what
y'all
I
not
said
gonna
was
sit here and be like, yo, facts. Like, no, that's not the truth. I know a lot of niggas that's not sexually harassing women.
Well, that's
Niggas
not
is
that.
throwing it at my niggas.
That's
We
not
not
You know what I'm saying? It's not sexual harassment
We
if you
never
catch a
said
pass.
that.
Okay.
Is it pass the parents to catch a touchdown?
Okay.
There's
There's a difference.
Nigga, we know the ball
Okay,
got touched.
obviously.
It's a touchdown.
We
If you
never-
touch me before the ball get there, pass to the parents.
Okay, win a lot because he's the loudest. Because he's incorrect. Because no one has said that. Like, no one has said that. No one said it.
I need you to entertain.
No one
All right,
said
I actually
that.
have a question,
is
though, aside from this
colorblind
book.
medically diagnosed?
Well, yes, but
I think it is.
No.
yes, but
I was stuck
we
with
were
it.
talking about other things. I was talking
I
about
thought-
racially.
Well, let's change directions real quick.
No, thank God.
Let's talk about my new Philly.
I actually just wanted to, I was about to say.
Yes.
Okay, I had a couple of questions.
Yes.
Let's talk about my new Philly. I'm drunk off gin. That's a fact.
My marriage.
Yeah.
So my new
I'm not your
Philly.
daddy.
So my new Philly is a network, a news network here in Philadelphia
Yes.
that only produces positive news. So
Yes.
you'll never see anything negative about the city on the website. Never fights, never shootings, never anything negative.
Okay.
We only produce positive news. I am the sports girl. I am our resident sports girl, and I came in to talk last year on an Eagles post-game show called The Green Nest. Mostly because last year I had just moved back to the city, and from Minnesota, where I went to University of Minnesota.
Golden Gophers.
Oh God. Yes, the Golden Gophers. I didn't know how I was going to get back. I didn't know how I was going to get back to the grass. Like I knew football was where I was supposed to be. I just didn't know how yet, and I hadn't gotten a job anywhere else yet. I knew I still trained all my guys. Like they was gonna find me wherever I was. But during the season, I don't have my guys because they're in their various states and cities. So they called me up. They saw me on someone else's show talking about football. And they called me up and was like, hey, can you come try this show out? Come do a test run of this show. We did it. We argued for like 15 minutes. I was like, oh, that was horrible because we was really about to fight. And they was like, oh, no, it's perfect. Come do this every week.
No.
So, once we settled down and got it, when we settled down, we started trying to rumble. I became, our football girl. And so that transitioned to the show I'm on now called Trust the Process Live, which talks about all the Philly sports.
Oh, cool.
So it's all year round. It's every Monday night at 8 p.m. We go on Facebook Live. We've done other sites before, but we get like 10,000 views on Facebook.
I hate to intersect, right? Trust the
Interject.
process? Yes. Because I definitely corrected somebody earlier. I
Right.
like that. Embiid.
Yes,
False.
Joey. What about him?
Ooh, Joey, what's going on here?
No.
Okay,
That's,
so make sure. Embiid, process, what do you think of him?
I love Joey. I wish we had a more definitive answer of how much he's going to play instead of just like playing around with his time, the amount of games. Because according to him, it's not necessarily true. But we keep coming out, oh, it's only going to be this many minutes per game, it's only going to be that many minutes. But it's not necessarily true. And he's trying to get more say into that. His agent is fighting against him because the agent's like, no, we got to protect your longevity. But he thinks he's going to be on this team for a very long time, and this is only like a small bridge he has to cross. So
Last
I
thing
trust
for
that
me.
process.
Sixers playoffs host, Eagles Super Bowl
Okay, so I want to mention Eagles because everyone in the city is doing the same, like, holding on for dear life thing. We're like, no one is talking about Minnesota. Like, we're not talking about going to the Super Bowl yet. Like, we're just trying, because I talk to them. Like, I either know them as friends, I train them, or I, like, interview them on my show. So when I see them, they're like, yo, Nick, you know, right? Like, and I know, don't talk about Minnesota. Because, like, one game at a time. Everyone's just like, okay, let's just move on to one game. Let's move on to the next game, and so on and so forth. If we get there, we'll get there. If not, shh, don't talk about it. Don't jinx it. Sixers,
Playoff first.
I don't know.
8th seed, 7th seed, 6. They're between the 6th and 8th to me.
Right, it'll be low like that. But I don't know if it'll happen this year. But if it happens next year, it'll be much higher.
Okay.
And I'm here for either.
I'm sorry, anybody else got something to say?
I just want to talk about She's My Coach.
Yes.
So, can you quickly tell us about She's My Coach and what you want to do with that for the future? Because I think it's a really important initiative. So,
Well, She's My Coach started because I talk to my boys pretty recklessly, like I am now. If we're in school, out of school, if they're in class, their teachers will call me before they call their parents, like, hey, I need you to come get this kid. I need you to come talk to this kid. And I would hear other people who didn't know me go, who is that woman? And I would hear them go, she's my coach. And so that turned into like a thing. That turned into my thing. Like, who is she? She's my coach. Like, who's this chick on the graph? She's my coach.
Right.
Like, that became an answer. So now it has turned into this bigger initiative about, you know, people not making their assumptions of their job, of, you know, what they can and cannot do based on anything, based on gender, based on race, based on height, on any perceived notion about you. Like, all of this that I'm doing is about merit. I got this, and I'm gonna get this because I earned it, because I'm a dog, because I'm the GOAT. And I just gotta make sure everyone else knows it first. Like, I just gotta get more people to agree, and that's fine, because as soon as you meet me, you know it. So that's what She's My Coach is about, and making sure kids know, like, you don't get handed, like, this life is under no obligation to give you anything you want. If I stop coaching football right now, nobody would bat an eye. The NFL will move on without me, everything will move on. But I'm gonna interrupt this. Like, I'm gonna get in this.
While you there, you gonna make some noise.
Right, like, and I'm gonna make sure everybody know that noise.
So can you just get the people your social media one more time so they know where to reach you? So
Yes.
they can get this inspiration that we all got today.
Yes.
God damn.
So if you just type in Coach Mickey Grace on anything, you will find me. On Twitter, it's at Nickelodeon, but if you just type in Coach Mickey Grace, that's my name. On Instagram, it's actually Coach Mickey Grace, and on Instagram, you can actually type in She's My Coach.
Listen, we want to thank you for coming today.
Yeah.
This was beautiful. I hope you come
We
back.
need to have you back.
You're like Nick from Rock.
I love it. I love the energy when we're working in the room. I love it.
Yeah. There's so much more to talk about.
Listen,
so much
man, I
more.
just-
Yeah, we gotta have part two.
going on.
Listen,
I feel like it was like 3 other things that we probably
Yeah,
wanted to touch on.
yeah,
But
yeah.
at the time.
Again, like that sometimes. I apologize.
No, it's
It's
all
definitely your fault.
Yo, when is your birthday? Wait, we're gonna end it on this. When is your birthday?
My birthday is like Friday 13th. It's October 13th.
Mine's
All
October
right,
14th.
Okay, so was Usher. So I'm like,
That's where y'all can, you know, have a meeting on that.
That's
Great.
cool.
I'm an astrology person. I like astrology.
okay.
When's your birthday?
I'll bring my birth chart next time.
Y'all motherfuckers talking about, listen, on behalf of super producer Ron Smooth, your favorite dog, Uncle Beans, and Queen, Lodge It Down, super producer G, your favorite student, MGD, I am All-Star Reed, this is the game.
You are now tuned in to DG Radio, The Cave, 4 to 6 p.m. every Saturday. Hosted by Cheek, Beans, ASR, Smooth. Let's go. You just tuned into a live show. 4 to 6 on Saturday is DG Radio. And my homies talking real shit. This the Cave, so don't get all in your feelings, bitch. We talking sports, music, sex, drugs. Might diss a few celebrities, but it's all love. Social media, current events. Fuck it, we might even run for politics. Hosted by my nigga Cheek, Beans, ASR. Hold up. Can't forget my nigga Smooth. You know we have them like, oh. Yeah, it's DG Radio. It's the Cave. 4 to 6 every Saturday. I'm MGD. Yeah, let's go.